What's going on YouTube? Want to know the extra? I'm here. Coming at you on the Ducati Diavel, or Diavel, however you want to pronounce it. This ride right here is going to be a solo ride at first, and then after this particular ride, a wife is actually going to be joining me and going on this bad boy. I'll tell you what, you ride sport bikes all the time, this bike is seriously different. However, it is so comfortable compared to a sports bike that it's like, oh my god, this is nice, you know? But yeah, I'm definitely going outside the usual genre that I'm used to. And you know, trying it out. I am looking for a bike that you know, my wife and I can both ride, and or a bike that, you know, say I don't want to be just hunched over all the time or in a super aggressive riding position, and I just want to be comfortable. And this right here is most certainly it. It's got, you know, 1200 cc's or 1198, and you know, it's got traction control, ABS, and everything on it. So it's got the electronics that I like. It has the power that I definitely like, and then on top of that, it's got the comfortability that you definitely want on a bike that you're gonna ride for long periods of time and for distances. And honestly, the looks of this thing is definitely by far probably one of the coolest bikes out there for, you know, what it is. And then also the weird thing about it is it's not I don't feel it has its own, a category in which it falls into, because it's not a sports bike. You know, the seating position is too upright, your feet are farther forward and whatnot. But at the same time, it's also not a cruiser because it's really light. I mean, this bike does not feel heavy one bit at all. The quarter mile in 10.3. So I mean, it could definitely haul some ass at the same time. But no, it's way comfortable. I gotta take it on this highway here and see how it really get up, shits and gets and get up and goes. But we have two pretty nice long cruises that I got going on here. Like I said, the second time around is going to be with my wife on the back, so I get a two-up perspective on it. I will say one thing, the clutch lever I feel has to be readjusted. I know they're adjustable, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. However, it just feels like a stretch for my hands from what I'm used to. But so far, man, it's got the Ducati sound, which you can't go wrong with that sound. You know, you're in such a good seating position that, like, you know, I've ridden cruiser bikes before, but you know, I'm obviously not a huge fan of them because, you know, all my bikes are crotch rockets. But this is definitely something that would get me into cruising. Can I get one biker to wave to me? One, just one. I mean, come on, it's good being snobby. Quit being snobby. That's all I gotta say. Alright, maybe we'll have some one ramp fun here. Yep. And away. Woo! That is what I'm talking about. That is why I like this bike, because it not only, like, I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, I had to break my concentration. Normally I'm on my arm like this. But yeah, it's got the giddy up that you need in a bike, but at the same time, it's got the comfortability of, you know, one of those bigger cruising bikes. I mean, I know there's more powerful cruising bikes than this, However, there's not one that is as light as this thing is. It doesn't have the heaviness of a cruising bike. It's got the lightness of my freaking Panigale almost. I mean, it's definitely heavier, but what I'm saying is the feel of it is definitely way light. And I don't know. I don't ride these types of bikes, so I don't know where to put my hands. It's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. My name's Rick and Bobby. I don't know. But yeah, I can't rest on tank because this is just weird. You can't lean forward. At the same time, I'm laughing because I just can't get used to this seating position. I gotta figure it out. I mean, 6th gear, roll on, 82 miles an hour. I mean, she gets up and goes. The seating position, again, is very comfortable. The seat back does swoop up under your butt and kind of curl around you. So it is comfortable and it locks you in place. But because it locks you in place, you know, you kind of want to move around a little bit differently, and the seat doesn't quite allow you to do that, which isn't a huge issue. It's just, you know, I'm just not used to riding these damn things. But oh my god, I can see myself rocking and rolling in this thing. I will say, however, I don't see how you cruising guys without windshields or windscreens can deal with as much wind abuse as you get on this thing. Like at least on my Ducati or my 1199, you got this bubble right here that kind of keeps the wind from hitting your chest. It's just bouncing your head around. This is chest, shoulders. So like your profile while riding has to be a little smaller. But it's, hell man, I like this. This is a fun bike. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, my wife and I are definitely looking for a nice cruising bike and something we can both share together at the same time. This bike is definitely one of those things. It's so unique looking. People definitely check it out because, I mean, it doesn't look like anything else out there. It doesn't look like a standard Harley. It doesn't look like the freaking Yamahas that are out there that are for touring, not the FC1 type bikes. You know, it's so unique. And honestly, I mean, for me, that's what I love about Ducatis is the unique styling of them. Woo. And I don't want to get away from that uniqueness because I don't like cookie cutter bikes. Am I saying Harleys are cookie cutters? Not necessarily. They're still, you know, purely beautiful bikes, and you know, they're nice and all, but I feel I could never own one. If I were to own anything that's anything like a Harley, it'd be this thing. Because it, like I said, it's got the ass that you want when you twist that throttle. But at the same time, it's got that nice ride, the nice ride quality that I'm gonna change to. They got me in touring mode. I'm actually gonna take it off and put it on race or sport mode. They don't have race mode on this. Sport mode, and get a little bit more feel out of it as far as what it feels like to really accelerate hard on this thing. Alright, so now we're gonna have a little bit of a speed run up here on my favorite off/on ramp. It's really an HOV ramp. 96, just right there. This thing handles very well. I mean, it feels stable as ever. But it's got the power that you need to get to where it is you want to go. Why are you hitting your brakes so damn hard? It shifts still amazingly well, as you know, you'd expect it to. Dude, this freaking riding position though is just killer, man. This is what a comfortable riding position feels like. Weird. like I said, this bike has all the giddy up that you'd ever want out of a bike. I mean, it's 162 horsepower, so of course it's going to be able to push you along very nicely. But and again, it feels so light. It's so weird. Like, I've never ridden a bike that had a 240 size tire on the back. Ugh, 240 size tire on the back, but this one does, and it doesn't feel unstable. I mean, at high cornering speeds, it's a little shaky, but not shaky, but walking on you. But it's not bad to where it's not controllable, you know? Like, it feels like it wants to walk out just a little bit. And it's not all inspiring confidence, but I'm also doing 80. Woo! A lot of fun. So far, I'm in love with a uncategorized motorcycle because it doesn't have a category. You can't call it a sport touring. You can't call it a sport bike. Sure as hell can't call it a super sport. It's just a sweet friggin' Ducati that is comfortable, powerful, handles very well, and it's just really the entire package that you want out of a motorcycle. Oh shit, there we go, there's 6th gear. Good thing there's LED color display down there, or I'm sorry, LCD color display. Yeah, I tell you what, when riding a bike like this, you know, again, I don't ride cruisers, so those that do can attest to this statement, but you just feel like you're more up, you can see everything so much easier, and you get to enjoy, you know, the scenery a lot more than you can on a sports bike. I mean, I try to ride sitting up a little bit on my Ducati and my Honda, but it's nowhere near this extent where your head's up, you can look and see so much more in this type of bike, in this type of riding position than you can on a sport bike, because your head's forward and you're kind of looking up, so your neck's kind of cringed a little bit. There's no cringing of the neck, it's up. So that is a massive plus compared to sport bikes. And like I said, I am never going to get rid of my sport bikes. I love the performance of them, I love how they ride, and I'll never get rid of that. However, owning a bike like this, I can't see not happening for me in the near, maybe moderate future, just because it's just got everything that I want, you know? Yeah, like I said, it's got the power, the comfortability, and best of all, I mean, I'm riding for 45 minutes and my hand hasn't even come close to being achy. So, definitely an awesome bike.